just wanted to hop on live because I had a piece that just deeply integrated in my being. I want to share it with you all. And that is about not feeling seen. And it's really a universal wound in so many of us, especially as women, that we don't feel seen. We don't feel seen in our work. We don't feel seen in our magic. We don't feel seen in our relationships. We don't feel seen in everything that we bring, we do in our parenthood. It can be in so many areas in life, right? And perhaps we always try to kind of be better and improve so we can finally feel seen, but it just never works really. So with this core issue within so many of us, and I mean, it can have so many different elements to it, so I'm not going to go too deeply into all the different aspects. But one of the things that I want to share around that topic is that obviously, as we all know, it starts truly with seeing ourselves and fully seeing ourselves. And we hear that over and over again, that it always starts with ourselves seeing ourselves, with ourselves acknowledging ourselves, and so on. But I want to elaborate a little bit more around what that actually means to truly see yourself. Because at the end, to see yourself, you have to first know who you are. So you can see yourself in the more physical level, like, okay, I see myself, I see the work that I'm doing, I see that I'm showing up every day, I see that, I'm doing the best for my children, I'm feeding them, I'm loving them, I'm, cleaning the house, I'm here with my partner, being present, I'm showing up for my work, if we have businesses, all the things that we are doing all the time. So this is definitely already really beautiful, and already feels very beautiful to say that. But then there's a deeper layer around that, which is really seeing and acknowledging your divinity. And that divinity, paradoxically, is in the unseen realm. And it's always going to be unseen because it's beyond the physical. It's spirit, that sacred union of spirit and matter is what creates the magical reality, right? So it's so important to see ourselves in the physical and what we are doing as a human, but then really, really realizing and recognizing the divinity that is within us, and that we are, and that lives through us, and that breathes through us. And maybe on some level we may even feel like, oh, but that's not special enough because isn't everything divine? But then if that idea or thought pops up, maybe you haven't really fully connected to that true divinity yet that lives in you and that lives in us. Because if we can really, really drop into that space, even beyond what we do, even beyond our names and who we are, and how we look like, and our body, like physicality and all that, there is a deeper truth that pertains to all of us, and that gives us life, that breathes us, that makes our heart beat, that makes our blood run through our veins, that brings us ideas and inspiration. And the more we can connect to that part of ourselves, that divine part, and fully see that, and acknowledge the truth of that is living within, the more we start to feel seen, because finally it's divinity that is being acknowledged and that feels seen within us. And truly, the divinity, the divine within us, our soul, on some level doesn't even bother, because it's so intelligent, it knows the perfection of everything. But in the same time, once we really start to to connect with that and merge with that on a deeper level, we then finally come into that space of unity with it. And from that space, there is this greater level of feeling seen and being seen, because you finally see the truth of who you are. And until we can't see the truth of who we are from a deeply embodied, authentic level, not just from an idea or an affirmation or a mental knowing, but from a living experience, on some level we're still going to be challenging, we're going to be struggling with that of not feeling seen, not feeling acknowledged, that separation. So it's so important to bring that knowing in, and in the same time as well deeply acknowledge our human self and deeply acknowledge our human patterns as well, the pain that our humans sometimes can carry, and hold that with compassion and love and forgiveness to ourselves, maybe for things we have done that we are not so proud of, forgiveness to our loved ones. And again, that has to come from a deeply embodied level of feeling of authenticity. It's beyond the mind. It's really not about thinking yourself into there, but feeling yourself into there. And the way how you can feel yourself into it is by feeling all the other layers of pain, of anger, of sadness, of grief that may be there, that haven't been felt through yet, that haven't been expressed yet. All the parts of why you are not forgiving, to fully process them and sit with them, and then to finally go into the deeper layers of forgiveness. And if you haven't checked out yet, in my files section, I have recently added the Authentic Empowerment Journal. So it's a really beautiful journaling process that you can go through. It's in my Facebook group. If you are watching this video outside of my group, please join my Facebook group, Modern Mystics Magic Collective. It's really divine in there. It's powerful, it's potent, it's beautiful. It's a sweet community that we are creating, and I'm going live there on a weekly basis. So I invite you to join, and if you're in there, check out that journal. It's going to help you on this process. Okay, have a beautiful weekend, everyone, and I see you next week. Bye.